What's going on, print fan? It's your boy Cam, and welcome back to the Print Life. Hey Jesse, tell him to roll the intro. Good morning, print fam. It's 8:40. No, it's not 8:49. It's 10:45 a.m. Checkout time is 11. Anyway, we're packing up and moving on. All right, we're checked out. We're waiting for Uber, and we're airport bound. About 4 hours early. I'm gonna just hang out there and I don't know, watch YouTube videos. What are you gonna do, Jesse? Switch. You're gonna play a Nintendo Switch. That thing's actually pretty cool, man. I need to find souvenirs for Jennifer. That's pretty cool. It's not very thoughtful though.
Oh, really?
This is awesome. Yeah, I'm getting this. It's 4:59 and we just got back to Phoenix. We're at the shop and we're resupplying. I'm getting my new colors of inks. We're making the rest of the screens, and then we're gonna be flying out again tomorrow. This time we're on our way to Orlando. At the moment, we're just getting prepared. While that is soaking, I got a mystery that I need your guys' help to solve. You'll notice these screens have all been coated, and they're tiny little screens, so we have to use a special scoop coater. We coat them this way, and you can see every single one of them are kind of coated like dog shit, right? That looks horrible. You know, I think Jesse coated them at the end of the day. It didn't go well. Now, here's the mystery, okay? We coat the screens right here. Emulsion stays over here. Now granted, I can see a little bit of runoff. The thing, it wasn't going so well for Jesse. It was kicking his ass. And you can tell by the quality of the coat. But, I want to show you guys something. Emulsion never, anywhere around here. Yet somehow or another, there is this string, and it's thick, man. To me, it just looks like someone took a big scoop of it out of the bucket and went How'd it happen? Let me know in the comments your best guess on how a humongous streak of emulsion ends up from way over here all the way over here. Let me know in the comments, and then I'll confirm with Jesse and I'll update you in the video the day after tomorrow. It's a very weird thing, guys. I don't know how half the things that happen in this shop happen. And this is just one of the many mysteries of the... Got all the inks and everything packed up, ready to go. Jesse's just finalizing the screens, and we are going to be set up and ready to leave tomorrow morning. Oh God, man. What do you say we do our little Q&A session, because I didn't do the Monday Q&A. So let's have a Tuesday Q&A. So let's head to the office and open up the Facebook group and start cracking away at some of these questions. Let's get into it, eh? Okay, I've been flipping through here for a minute, man. It's just like the same old questions over and over and over. So I'm just trying to find something that's a little different. This is from Sam Ostron Minor. Help, can someone advise on what's happening with this screen, please? The side edges of the squeegee appear to cut into the screen. Is this a problem with too much off contact, or the squeegee, or too much pressure, or some other mystical things I cannot comprehend? Thanks, Print Fam. Now, this looks like the emulsion is breaking down to me, so that's what I'm going to... But it does look like you got some areas to hold out really well. Dude, anytime, I feel like this is something you say all the time, over and over and over again. I would say you're dealing with a couple of things here. First and foremost, you need to double check that you're degreasing your screens properly and then letting them dry. And as soon as they're dry, you're recoating them. You don't let them sit in the dust. Don't fan them and blow fucking, dust on them, all this kind of stuff. When you're coating them, make sure you're doing probably 2, double pass, flip it, double pass, and you're letting it dry, all the usual shit. And then with this though, to me, like, my best guess is it looks like it's just underexposed, like you're not hitting it with light for long enough. So whatever you're doing, I would say add half the time and see if it holds up, and then add, double the time and just keep going up until the detail starts holding. This looks like it would be breaking down as you're washing it out, man. So yeah, just up your exposure times and you should be okay. Okay, here's an interesting one. Jean LaRose asks, hey Print Fam, does the print stroke speed affect the print? I'm sure somebody would argue with me about this, but hell to the yeah. I feel like if you, I mean, in my personal opinion, it's better to go too slow than too fast. But definitely too fast. What ends up happening is if you're going too fast, whether it's an automatic or a manual, the ink creates resistance against the mesh, and as you're like pulling that squeegee along the mesh and you're going so fast, the ink actually catches on the mesh and it pulls it and it almost distorts the image. So you'll find you'll find that you have a lot of ghosting problems and just all kinds of shit. I would always rather someone do a slow print stroke than a fast print stroke. But yeah, the speed definitely affects it. In terms of going too slow, I mean, just if you're going too slow, obviously you're not gonna get. Just don't go too fast. Mike Wrigley, ever had one of those jobs where absolutely everything is kicking your ass? Every day. I've got a 4-color discharge. That's a word, right? Discharge. I have a 4-color discharge job that's killing him. It's really tight registration and he doesn't have micros. Oh god, dude. Yeah. You know what, Mike? You're going through the common problems of new printers that bought a press not designed for multicolor printing. That's it. And you're going to struggle with a few more of these jobs, and then you will upgrade to a press with micro registration, and then all will be right with the world, man. It's just part of that learning curve. I think if you started with micros, you wouldn't appreciate them, right? Whereas you are struggling so bad, and I promise you're struggling so bad, that when you finally get a good press with micros, you're going to just be like, Allah! And like fucking lights are going to fucking blast off behind you, and fucking angel wings will, and it'll be, and all will be right with the world. So, it's the name of the game. Eric Gidley, anyone got a link on where to copyright, trademark, a logo, whatever? Okay, so for a trademark, trademarking is very different than copywriting. Copywriting's, whatever. But a trademark is something that you register with the USPTO. I used trademarkengine.com, and I got approved. I mean, the print life registration went through. I got it. So they did a really good job. And before that, I used Javier Morales, which is an actual lawyer to Trademark Monument Limited. So either of those will work, but it's a lot cheaper to use Trademark Engine. But it's more likely to get approved through Javier. Okay. I'm gonna go to the YouTube comments. God damn. Ugh. I wish there were a better way to fucking deal with this pile of shit, but there isn't, so I'm fucked. So I go to YouTube and I look for questions the old-fashioned way. Hey, hey, hey. I just want to say something real quick because I feel like in the previous video in regards to winning that press, maybe it came off like if you already are a printer that I wasn't wanting you to enter. That's not the case. I just wanted to do something for people with a graphics background. But if you're an illustrator or a designer, even if you already have a press and you have a gigantic shop, whatever, just if you can submit some killer graphics, then you can enter. Okay. This is on the YouTube video. This isn't in the Facebook group. This is from Paul Cruz. Hey Cam, is it possible to get a copy of the measurement placement chart you have hanging in your shop? It always seems to be a topic of debate. Yeah, I actually, my face is in it. I posted it in the files menu in the Print Life Facebook group. Just in the files on the left-hand side. And it is a topic of debate, and I'll tell you this, man, I just made that based on what I feel are the right measurements, but there is no industry standard. It really is a client-by-client basis. What I have found, though, is just having our baseline makes it kind of like easier. It gives us a starting point. Hey, Cam, is that pressure washer you're washing the screens out with? Yeah. I mean, it's only, that pressure washer is like 1300 PSI, so it's not super strong. But it has like a fan, and it's fine, man. We expose for nearly 3 minutes on our exposure unit, so we bake it through pretty good, man. Okay, this is from Madison Smith. Thanks for the vid, Cam. What exactly do you use a team of designers for, if you don't mind my asking? Well, I built the team, actually, and they work remotely, but it's a team of them, and instead of me having to go through and, separate, like do spot color separate. You guys may or may not remember, but when I first started this vlog, I was trying to separate myself from the business, right? I wanted to start building something that could run without me, and the first step to doing that was I had to get people that could do the artwork for me when I wasn't here, because before that I was doing it all myself. So I built one, and they work remotely, and they're actually kind of integrated in with my system. Okay, this is from Tim McElhenney, and he sees me. This was in regards to increase your screen making efficiency, and I just talked briefly about our pre-dip tank, our pre-soak tank before washout. And he says you got to get one of those $35 UV LED floodlights from Amazon. Now, I read this comment a while ago, and I took your advice, and I bought the 50-watt one from Amazon, so the brightest one. I will be retrofitting my thing with that and seeing how it works. If it works well, instead of buying a new one, I'm just going to get new glass for that thing, get a new blanket and a new vacuum for it, and be done with the whole ordeal. I'm excited, man. I hope it works. Extraordinaria. What Epson printer is that for the films? We use the Epson 4800. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's starting to look like it's going to be time to get a new one soon, though. But it's been I've had that thing running for like 5-6 years straight. Okay, and this is going to be the last question for the Q&A today. And my phone just did this. What the fuck, dude? With these fucking phones, man. From Tim Howard. Do you all remember your first client? I'm just getting started, and it's really just a hobby. I'm interested in how many jobs you guys had, or how many you were doing when we were just getting started. Okay, so for me, when I first started buying my equipment, I wasn't officially in business. My website was live, but it wasn't generating work yet. I still had a lot of SEO stuff to do, and Google hadn't indexed it yet either. And during that time, I was maybe getting one job every 3 weeks or something like that, and it went on like that for about a year. But I hadn't officially started. I hadn't settled in. I was still working my day job. Everything was good to go. And after that year, Google indexed my site, and the work started coming in. I placed some ads on Craigslist. I started getting the kind of bottom of the barrel jobs, cutting my teeth on those fuckers. And that started out at 1 job a week for 3 months, and then I started getting 2 jobs a week, and then 3 jobs a week, and it just kind of started growing slowly, month by month, year by year. And I worked at the plumbing company for I feel like about a year, while I was also printing at night. So I'd wake up every morning, go do my job as a plumber for 8 hours, as a new construction plumber, and while I was on the job, anytime I would get a phone call, I would say I had to go take shit. I'd run to the porta potty, and I would literally conduct. I always carried my little notepad in my pocket, and I would get all their contact information, and I would tell them, yeah, I'm away from the shop right now. As soon as I get back, I'll get a quote together for you, and I'll email it right over. And that's how I did it. The phone calls kept coming in, and then it just got to a point where I was doing the construction all day, coming home, working all night, and then it was tough because I had to try to like get off work early enough to beeline down and get my garments and then get them back to the shop. You know, I had to get there before closing. It was a fucking nightmare, dude. And I did that for the better part of a year. And in my personal opinion, the business tells you when it's time to quit your job. You know what I mean? It just tells you, man. If you're sitting there going, I'm just tired of my job, but the work's not there, if you're not pulling your fucking hair out because you're so stressed, because you just feel like there's not enough hours in the day, then it's time to quit your job. But if you're like just wanting to quit your job for the sake of quitting your job and being your own boss, but the work's just not there and you're not stressed out because you're doing too much at once, then it's probably not time to quit. That's my best advice with that. Hopefully it makes sense. Sometimes when I'm talking, so many different things pop in my head that I want to get across, and I kind of start double talking, so hopefully that made sense. Either way, guys, this vlog is over. It's, oh my god, it's 10:09 p.m. I still got to edit this thing and get it uploaded for tomorrow morning. We're flying out of here. We're going to be leaving at 1. Our flight leaves at 3. To Orlando, Florida. So thank you so much, Print Fam, for hanging with me. Tune in tomorrow for another one of those wonderful, regularly scheduled vlogs. In the meantime, y'all know what you gotta do, Print Fam. That's all, big. Peace out.